So, spawning in the top left position of the map that is Akalon Wastes. I can't remember the difference between the HOTS name and the regular one, so my apologies, but this is going to be from Team FXOLoWeLy. Some really great aggressive / cheesy play. He's up 2-1 against NaNiwa. If he wins this next game, guys, it's a best of 5. He could beat NaNiwa in our current Russian Star League playoffs, and NaNiwa is not too happy about that. But let's introduce him, spawning in the bottom right position as our blue Protoss player, having a bit of difficulty with this this Ling, Baneling, and Fester drop style. It is NaNiwa. So NaNiwa's built a pylon in his main base again. He's looking to do another gateway expand, but what we're seeing out of LoWeLy is a 10 pool. Basically, actually this feels even faster. This happens so fast. It's a really, really fast pool from LoWeLy. Could be trying to just kill NaNiwa again. I fear NaNiwa should definitely open up with this Zealot. It's going to be difficult. This is a really fast pool. I've actually not seen too many pools like this versus Gateway. This isn't going to be the same as our super fast speedling push that we saw LoWeLy do in game number 2, I believe. So this is going to be interesting. We have 6 Zerglings on the way for LoWeLy. NaNiwa's probe will arrive as the Zerglings are coming out, so he won't have much time. He's going to be able to chron out a Zealot. It's weird. See, this build is good on this map because typically when you forge fast expand on this map, the ramp is so wide it's almost impossible to actually set up a good position. But the Zerglings catch the probe. NaNiwa realizes, okay, I'm being cheesed again. He needs to make a Zealot this time. But now he's scouted it, so he should be in a better position to do that. It is a 2-player map. Not as difficult to see what's going on as it was on the map in Team Valley. So probe is going to head out now. He basically wants to sneak this out of his base. Possibly try to pull the Zerglings away. I don't think LoWeLy will bite, though. He really shouldn't bite on that. Zealot's being chrono boosted out. This is going to be interesting. 6 Zerglings versus the Zealot and the probes. If the Zealot gets parked in the mineral line, it could help. But basically, the Zerglings want to lead the Zealot on a bit of a dance or on the map, and then do their best to just try to kill probes. And now that Zealot's out, another Zealot's being made. Warp gate starts. The probes just going to try to go straight for the Zerglings. Now they're attacking. And the probes actually have a pretty good surround on the Zerglings. He's going to kill these pretty quickly. LoWeLy's Zergling rush doesn't do much. Looking at the workers kill tab, LoWeLy has killed 3 probes overall this game. So he managed to nab 2 in that little engagement, but there's only 1 Zergling left. LoWeLy moving into his gas now and taking his natural expansion. Has an Overlord poison the natural. Stalker Shack's be able to kill that pretty easily. NaNiwa just is a little frustrated. He's like, man, this Zergling's got like 2 health left. You cheesed me twice so far this series, basically. Well, he survives, though. He's in a much better position than he was in the first game. But since he didn't go for a super fast expand, economically speaking, they should be on somewhat even terms if you look at the worker count. NaNiwa is ahead a little bit, but now it's about even. So I'm curious how this will pan out. NaNiwa's going to go for the expansion. And LoWeLy's Overlord is actually perfectly positioned. He should see this start any second now. He has the money for it. There we go. He should see this start. Yeah, there we go. So he sees it. Zergling's on the way. Gas being mined. Taking guys off gas now going to get Zergling speed, and he's going to get a Spine Crawler. So a little bit of defense. We have a Zealot and 2 Zealots and a Stalker coming in, so this is actually going to be pretty difficult for LoWeLy to deal with. 2 Zealots, quite a bit of firepower until that Spine Crawler finishes. Wants to use the Zerglings to shove the Stalkers away. The Stalker, of course, can micro against them, and with the Zealot pressure, might even actually be able to deal a lot of damage to these, but he's just going to back off. Doesn't want to risk anything. And he's getting his Forge up now, starting to do a wall at his natural. And this seems pretty usual. He's getting his Sentry follow-up. So really what he's done by going for the Gateway expand, he's basically accelerated his tech a tiny bit. Although, to be fair, the tech was delayed a little bit as well. LoWeLy microing these Zerglings, preventing the Zealots from getting away. Nice little move here. And NaNiwa is just trying to draw the Zerglings away by running away. And there are a lot of Zerglings here, but Zergling speed's not yet done. NaNiwa's going to wall this off. I think the Zerglings, no, they shouldn't be able to squeeze that. No, so he's forced to full wall off. Nice move by LoWeLy. NaNiwa does not want to have to lose some kind of really big speedling follow-up like he did in the game on Tomb Valley. And these Zerglings actually need to get to work on the back rocks. LoWeLy playing so aggressively in this series. NaNiwa adding on additional gateways. Only 1 additional gateway, as it were. But now the natural is complete, so he's going to start chrono boosting out probes, getting a Sentry out, and the Zergling speed is complete, so LoWeLy's got some options. He actually did it. Now the back rock's actually being killed by NaNiwa. I feel like if LoWeLy sees this, he could possibly force a lot of force fields to get burned, stopping speedlings. But we have a lair on the way for lowly. So he's going to be going for that. Probably going to be another infestor choice. And you know what? To be fair, lowly's choice to go for 2-base infestor has actually been working crazily well for him. The Baneling Ling infestor with the double evolution chamber 2/2 has worked so well. Those Zerglings really decimated that army with those 2/2 upgrades. So I'm excited to see how this next game pans out. Looks like we had an accidental pause from our admin. NaNiwa not pleased. He has not been pleased with anything. Was a little upset about the lag we had in the previous matches as well. So the pause is definitely not happy about that. So Photon Cannon on the way for NaNiwa. Looks like he wants to basically just take his third base and kill these rocks, but Baneling Nest is on the way as well. So lowly probably going to wait before he can get his infestors up. Maybe go for a timing with that. Things to note, that although NaNiwa did not open with a forge, he now has one, and he also put a Photon Cannon by his natural wall. This is important because lowly could possibly have said, well, you open with a gateway, so if you don't have a cannon, bird infestors might actually work, but they will not. NaNiwa is on top of his game, at least for the early stages of this game. Didn't take too much damage, but there's the infestation pit. There's the 1/1 upgrades for lowly, and NaNiwa is just going to take this third base, so I like this a lot. He's kind of playing a little bit conservatively, but he just needs to play to his opponent's style, and honestly, that's a lot of Colossi. Templar help as well, but I think the Colossi are more important because, of course, if you try to storm Baneling drops that are coming towards you, that's a little bit difficult. And anyone's just having a bit of trouble actually getting to this late game stage, so we're going to have to see. Twilight Council is on the way. No Robotics Bay. Overseer will see basically everything. There's not too much to not see. And we do have the Observer here. Lowly's going to get to work on these rocks. He's now taking his third base now that he has his pathogen glands about to line up. He can actually start his infestors now and would have pathogen glands in time for the energy. And there they go, 3 infestors on the way. So lowly, very methodically, he's doing the same thing basically every game. A little bit of aggression to start off, and then either going for the kill like he did on Team Valley, or just moving into the 2-base infestor. So I like this. He's getting his macro hatchery up. 1/1 upgrades almost complete. Pathogen glands about to finish up, as well as these infestors. So lowly is timed everything. He's got this worked out fairly well. NaNiwa on the other side of the map, well, his +2 attack is on the way. He's got a good number of sentries. Trying to check for this Overseer, but there's no pylons in the third mineral line, so we can't whip anything in just yet to kill that. Gateway wall finishing up. Actually, that should be tight. I think. Nano's actually completely walled in everywhere, now that I think about it. So if he wants to push out, he's probably got to bust down one of these pylons. Not a huge deal. Observer sees that the third base for lowly is starting to get saturated. NaNiwa, he's already saturated his third, so he's kind of trying to counter lowly's passiveness with greed. And lowly, he's getting that pneumaticized carapace and the ventral sacs again. It looks like he wants to go for more drop play. And I feel like it's not even so much that lowly wants to be aggressive with his drops, it's that lowly wants to have it as a defensive option while he techs up to Broodlords. So this is pretty cool, I have to say. So I mean, if I feel like NaNiwa might not even try to do a push out though. He's getting his Templar Archives this game, something we actually haven't seen in any of these games so far. He hasn't gone for that Templar, hasn't gone for Archons or Storm, even Dark Templar, Harass, anything like that. But we have the Colossus coming out now, first one. We have Colossus range, and we have a bunch of gateways being added. This is pretty normal for a third base starting to get saturated up. And the Observer sees everything, so he's like, okay, well, on the way now. I wonder if he can actually see that this hatchery is researching something. If he takes it in the note, he might think, okay, well, that's probably just going to be drops anyway, or burrow. Nothing really scary, but the ventral sacs are about to complete. Pneumaticized carapace was done a little bit a while ago, and now Banelings are ready. He might just try to move in and do a Doom drop. This will be the first time I think he actually does it offensively, because NaNiwa, unlike the previous games, he's not pushing out. He has Archons here to defend. They tank Banelings pretty damn well. They also one-shot them, so not a bad decision to go with some Archons at all. And we have 2 Colossi out, getting a third one now. Wants to make sure that if an Overseer scouted the army, he would say, okay, well, he's got Archons, so I need Infestors. But then the Colossus come out and it's like, oh my goodness. But we're going to have to see. There's a lot of Banelings here. No Baneling speed research by lowly, guys. I want to note that. Very important. I guess it's not as big of a deal for him because he's been dropping a lot on his opponent, but we're going to have to see. I love this. You got this creep shower going down here. Man, these Zerglings are just bathing in it. Just bathing in it. That's awesome to watch. I'm sorry. But Blink is on the way now for NaNiwa, as well as an Award Prism. So he's got 3 Colossi, a very large army, actually. Very large, powerful army by NaNiwa. He actually chose to blow up a gateway rather than open up his natural. Kind of interesting to see. But the 4th and 5th bases are being constructed now for Lowly. His Greater Spire is on the way, and this is NaNiwa's best chance to attack before these buildings are ready to deal any damage. So I'm ready to see this. This is going to be NaNiwa's push, his pre-hive push. Very popular in Wings of Liberty. You can't just turtle up as Protoss. Of course, your Zerg opponent will get 18 Broodlords and completely raffle stomp you. So a lot of Spine Crawlers being produced by Lowly. He's trying to prepare himself for this. Here come the Overlords with the Banelings. The Zerglings and Banelings moving up the front. The Force Fields go down. He's beginning to drop them in on the Zealots. The Colossus are running away, but doesn't actually hit the Colossi or the Archons. So NaNiwa still has a good amount of left and warps in a ton of Stalkers to supplement this. These Spine Crawlers will not be complete in time. There's still a lot of Banelings. He's going to try to move in. Force Fields go, though. Won't be able to hit these Archons. So very nice control here from NaNiwa moving in. The drones at the 3rd base are all going to die a horrible, painful death of fire. Oh my goodness, now moving into the natural. It's just pure Ling Bane versus a Zealot, Stalker, Colossus, Immortal Sentry. Archon, actually there's no Immortals, but he's going to kill him anyway. He's moving in now. The Zergling's getting a good surround on the Archons. We'll be able to pick off a large number of these, but everything is now dead for Lowly. He does not have the Broodlords out that he was able to accrue in the previous games to hold off this pressure. And he's had a lot of trouble. There's the GG from FXOLoWeLy. NaNiwa takes game number 4, bringing this series up tied. We will yet again have a 2-2 ace match. This has been a really entertaining series to watch. I'm ready. I'm ready for this last game, guys. This is going to be the final game of this best of 5. Keep in mind, though, after this match, we will have Empire's Kos versus VP BenQ's Slivko. So another great matchup coming, TVZ. As I stated, guys, RSL is kind of, if it's rigged in any way, it's been rigged to make it as entertaining for viewers as possible, avoiding mirror matchups as much as we can. So can't wait to show you guys the rest of what we're going to have here. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Game number 5 coming up.